Alright, so similar triangles. So similar triangles have the same shape, but if they're similar, they have a different size. Okay, two triangles are similar if and only if their corresponding angles are congruent, and their corresponding sides are not congruent, they are proportional. Proportional. Congruent triangles have the same blank and blank size. Same size and same shape. Everything's the same for congruent. Two triangles are congruent if and only if the corresponding angles are congruent, and the corresponding sides are also congruent. Congruent means everything is congruent. Alright, so number 5, solve for the variables. 2 times 9 is 18. 3 times x is 3x. Divide by 3, and you get 6. Same thing here. Z times 6 is 6z. 18 times 17. $306. Divide by 6 to get rid of that coefficient, and you get 51. Alright. Determine whether it is similar. So remember, to determine, I need to connect all corresponding sides. 6 goes with 3. 10 goes with 5. 8 goes with 4. Let's see if those fractions are equal. 6 over 3, well, that equals 2. 10 over 5, well, that equals 2. 8 over 4, well, that equals 2. Since they're all the same, that's a big yes. And what's the ratio? 2. So my statement is triangle ABC is similar to triangle, and they need to match up ABC, and in this case it's DEF. It's not always in alphabetical order, but in this case it is. Okay. Down here, now see it's been slightly rotated. Determine whether it's similar. Okay, let's do that. So 4 goes with 6, 3 goes with 4.5, 5 goes with 7.5. Alright, let's do this. So 4 over 6 is 0.6 repeating. 3 over 4.5 is also 0.6 repeating. And then 5 over 7.5 is 0.6 repeating. And all of these are the same as 2/3. So yes, the ratio is 2/3. So my statement, triangle MNO is similar to triangle M goes with A, N goes with B, and C, ABC. Okay, so you match them up, make your fractions, and if they're all the same, that's a yes, then you make a statement. Alright, so on this one, so we had a small triangle inside of a bigger triangle. I'm going to redraw the bigger triangle. Now for the bigger triangle, this side is 11. And then, this is the tricky part. This side, I'm going to take the x and the 15 and add them up. So it's going to be x plus 15. Okay? So the small triangle is 7, 15. The big triangle is 11 and x plus 15. So let's connect them. 7 goes to 11, 15 goes to x plus 15. Write that out. 7 over 11 equals 15 over x plus 15. Okay. So let's cross multiply. 11 times 15. Okay. So 11 times 15 is 165. And that equals 7 times x plus 15. So I'm going to distribute here. So 165 equals 7 times x is 7x. And 7 times 15 is 105. Now, to get rid of that 105, subtract it. That gives me 60 equals 7x. And then I got to divide by 7. Give me 8.57. Alright. Over here, it's very similar. So I got my smaller triangle. Start with x, so this. And then we got this. So this big blue side is 15 plus x. Or x plus 15. The outside is y. And then the other side, I'm going to add 10 and 2. Right? So I get 12. Alright, so let's do some math. Alright, so 10 goes to 12. 18 goes to y. 15 goes to x plus 15. So to get x, the harder one, I'm going to pick the one connection I know is 10 over 12. That's going to equal 15 over x plus 15. I am going to cross multiply. 15 times 12 is 180 equals 10. So we can see it's x plus 15. So that means 180 equals 10x plus 150. And subtract 150 on both sides. 30 equals 10x, and then divide by 10. 3 equals x. Do the same thing with y. So take the one I know, which is 10 over 12. And that equals 18 over y. Times y, 10y. 12 times 18. That's 216. Then we divide by 10. Hit Control Enter, you get 21.6. Alright. Down here, now we know if they're similar that the angles are congruent. So if that's 67, that's 67, right? If that's 15, then that's also 15. So I should be able to figure out the missing angle. Okay, so I'm going to take 67 plus 15, 82, and subtract that from 180. That'll give me 98. So this, 98 degrees, 98 degrees. The angles are always congruent, no matter if it's similar or congruent. So let's answer the angles first. The measure of angle M is 15 degrees. The measure of angle N, 98 degrees. Measure of angle T, 67 degrees. Measure of angle S, 98 degrees. The angles are easy because the angles are congruent. Now, when doing the next ones, we can, let's call MPX, let's call RSY. Okay, so MP, on this bottom part, I'm going to put an X. And for RS, I'll pull Y. Now let's make my connections here. 10.5 goes to Y. 7 goes to 2. X goes to 4.5. Let's set up some fractions here. The one connection I know is 7 over 2 equals, and then we'll use X over 4.5 from left to right. So once again, cross multiply. 2 times X, that's 2X. 7 times 4.5, it's 31.5. And then we just divide by 2. And we get 15.75. Do the same thing for Y. Let's take 7 over 2 again from left to right equals, and then from left to right, it's 10.5 over Y. Notice Y is not always on top. X is not always on top. Okay, 7 times Y, 7Y. 2 times 10.5 is 21. To get rid of that 7, we divide, we get Y equals 3. Okay, so you might have to add a variable to help you solve these. Now, the last one is what we did yesterday, indirect measurement. It's just similar triangles, basically. Let's label it, though. Okay, the mirror is 8 meters away from the flagpole. Mirror, flagpole, 8. 2 meters away from Jimmy. Mirror, Jimmy, 2. The height of his eyes is 1.63 from the ground. Ground eyes 1.63. And then we're looking for the height of his eyes. Sorry, we're looking for how tall is the flagpole, X. So again, 2 goes to 8. 1.63 goes to X. Let's make those fractions. 2 over 8 equals 1.63 over X. Cross multiply. 2 times X is 2X. 8 times 1.63. 13.04. And then to get rid of that 2, divide by 2. 6.52 is the answer in meters. Okay, talk about triangle congruence. You have to label stuff. So when it says CB is congruent to FE, tick marks on CB and FE. This says AC and DF are congruent. AC, DF. And it says AB and DE are congruent. AB, DE. So they're congruent. There's your statement by side, side, side. 3 sides are congruent, right? Okay. D is a midpoint. Well, a midpoint gives you 2 congruent halves. So if D is a midpoint, that and that are congruent. Now since EQ and QP are perpendicular, EQ and QP, there's your perpendicular. Also CP and QP, perpendicular. And then it says angle QDE, QDE right there, and PDC right there. So let's match up these letters. CPD matches EQD. By, that's where you put your statement. And what are my 3 things? I got an angle, I got a side, and I got an angle, in that order. ASA. Just because it's a right triangle does not always mean it's HL, okay? Ooh, touching triangles. I should label a tick mark to begin with. Next thing. SX and RX, okay? SX, RX, put 2 tick marks. Then it says XT bisects SXR. So if XT is a bisector of the angle SXR, then that's going to be an angle. That's going to be an angle. Okay. I wouldn't label the right angles because you don't know that yet. So, alright, looking at this, I have a side, then an angle, then a side on each triangle. Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. RXT matches SXT. Okay, and last but not least, or no, last 2, RS and DE, RS, DE. Angle S, angle E, angle S, angle E. Angle R, angle D, R, angle D. So RST in the same order is DEF by angle, side, angle. ASA. 17. Hey, they're touching. Put a tick mark. AB and ED are perpendicular, so that means each side is going to have a right angle. And in the midpoint of ED is B. So tick marks. Once again, side angle, side. ABD matches ABE. Alright. Write the congruence statement for these. Alright. So let's say triangle. Let's go 1, 2, 3. So KLM is congruent. That's the symbol. The triangle. We'll do 1, 2, 3. CDE. Same thing here. Triangle. Do 1, 2, 3. WYX is congruent. That's the symbol. Triangle. 1, 2, 3. UTS. Alright, last but not least. Now you don't have to draw the picture, you can just match things up. But if I made a triangle, A, B, C, and then add D, E, F, AC matches DF. DE matches AB. BC matches EF. Angle B matches angle E. Angle F matches angle C. And angle A matches angle D. And that'll do for the review.